Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9, brought to you in association with ASB. This is everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with news from the Reserve Bank's Financial Stability Report in Wellington yesterday, where all the talk was about the core funding ratio. You haven't heard of it yet, but it's something that will be right next to the official cash rate as a key factor in monetary policy over the next few years. Now, this forces the banks to make sure they raise most of their money in New Zealand or for longer terms, instead of going into the hot international money markets to raise money. This means the banks won't be quite so aggressive in lending, and they'll also have to charge slightly higher interest rates, not just for mortgages but also for term deposits. Now, this core funding ratio starts at 65% from April next year, but it will ramp up to around 75% over the next couple of years. Yesterday, Alan Bollard talked about it as a complementary tool to the official cash rate and as an automatic stabiliser for the economy. He hopes that it will mean the official cash rate can be smoother over the long term, not so many ups and not so many downs. He hopes too it will reduce some of the pressure on the New Zealand dollar. If he doesn't have to put the official cash rate up so high, the New Zealand dollar might not rise so much. That's good news for exporters. Meanwhile, the Reserve Bank also said it was working with the banks on how much capital they put aside for rural lending to try and smooth out some of the ups and downs through the cycle. So the banks aren't lending willy-nilly during the good times and not lending at all during the bad times. Meanwhile, overnight, the New Zealand dollar rose to 74 US cents. Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner said he wanted a strong US dollar. That seemed to reassure some. First thing they did, sold the US dollar and bought New Zealand dollars. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with ASB.